What's up, heathens? How are you guys doing today? I'm doing pretty good. Today we're going to be going through a few comments. For one thing, somebody's going to tell us how atheism is dead. Then a purely enlightened individual is going to explain to us how spin produces gravity. And then we'll round it out with irrefutable proof that we live in a geocentric universe instead of that stupid heliocentric one. And also some Hillary Clinton Rule 34 shit. If you like comments and shit like that, be sure to subscribe and stay tuned for all this crazy shit about to happen. What's up, heathens? How is everybody doing tonight? I hope you guys are doing awesome. I know I am. Alrighty, so first up, atheism is dead. The science is established with extraordinary peer-reviewed evidence that, beyond a reasonable doubt, there are fundamental and emergent laws of nature and forces of physics that are the ground of all being, as in the creator, orchestrator, evolver, maintainer, and supreme ruler of the universe, also known as God. Atheism, rest in peace. Alright, I am thoroughly confused by his use of commas. And the only reason why I'm really kind of digging at him for this is because when I read it, like, the commas tell me how I should read it. So, for instance, when you say, with extraordinary peer-reviewed evidence that, comma, it's supposed to be some kind of, like, little tangential thing that's still relevant to the sentence, but then you're supposed to end the comma somewhere so that we know that the sentence continues to talk about whatever. That didn't happen here. So I read it in a really stupid way. Thank you, Ergotron. Ungertron. This guy's just a goddamn Decepticon. Alright, atheism is dead. Atheism was never alive, so it cannot be dead at all. The sciences... Oh, okay, I see. The comma started at the beginning, and then... Okay, so... I guess I'm the dumb one. The comma starts there. With extraordinary peer-reviewed evidence that... No, that kind of throws... Anyways, there is no extraordinary peer-reviewed evidence for God. Beyond a reasonable doubt, there are fundamental and emergent laws of nature and forces of physics. Well, for one thing, physics is just our description of our reality. So, I mean, I don't think that is any proof of God. The emergent laws of nature, those are just things that we observe from our own perspective to be laws of nature, and they're subject to change if you can have good evidence to show that they should change. They're not all ground. I mean, I don't know. The rest of this is just ridiculous. I mean, he's just making baseless assertions without actually giving any kind of evidence. Yay for baseless assertions! That's what comment of the day is for. Jeff Jones. Atheism is a belief position, and so is agnosticism. Okay, so this is a pretty big debate within our own atheist community, and it's whether or not atheism is an active belief position. And I would say no, that atheism is a lack of belief. The basic definition of atheism, you know, just going off by, you know, how words work, it's a lack of belief. It's not an actual belief. Agnosticism is not a belief position either, although I do agree that some people cannot know whether or not they believe in a God, although a lot of theists would classify you as an atheist because you don't explicitly believe in a creator by default. But, I mean, I'm not here to try to tell you what you should or should not believe. Alright, topical comments. I gotta get in my rednecky voice. I gotta channel the inner Roy Moore. I don't have an inner Roy Moore. If spin creates gravity on a globe, you would weigh the most at the equator and float away at the poles. The Earth is flat. Okay, so for one thing here, it's not the spin of the Earth that creates gravity. Matter in our reality naturally has this gravitational force, and you can measure it. There's a gravitational force between two atoms. That's any atom. The thing is, though, is that the Earth is so large and massive that it creates enough gravity to hold us on. Now, it is true that, like, the force of gravity changes like on the face of the earth. They're minute changes, and it's definitely not enough for you to just float away at the poles. That's ridiculous to say. You're not going to float away anywhere on Earth, but the force of gravity actually does change, because like the Earth is not like a uniformly dense object. It differs in densities at different places, and so therefore the force of gravity is going to be different, but it's not different enough to actually affect you in any kind of real way. What is the leading cause of human death in the United States? Over 3,000 children are aborted every day. This makes abortion the leading cause of death in America, killing about as many human beings as heart disease and cancer combined. Okay, so regardless of what the actual count of people that die from heart disease and cancer, abortion is not killing children at all. Most abortions happen before the fetus is formed in any kind of significant way. Those that occur after that point are usually emergency situations. But then again, you can't really dictate what choice a mother should make, or potential mother, I guess. So you really shouldn't try to dictate the point, but it's not killing children. Actually, they always want to throw the whole partial birth abortions in the face of anybody as if those are still legal. Those were ruled illegal, because you're killing the baby after it's actually been born. But it's always funny how these people want to hide behind protecting children, but yet they will be first in line to vote for somebody like Roy Moore that just wants to fuck their children. Another topical post. It's obvious that the sun emoji, is moving and the earth isn't 20 minutes between the... Oh, okay, hold on. She started a new sentence without actually punctuating. It's obvious the sun is moving and the earth isn't. 20 minutes between these images. I love watching the sunset. Its movement is beautiful. So you seriously think that just because you're standing still and the sun seems to move in the sky, that means that the sun is moving and that the sun is moving around us? That's some like goddamn 7th century BCE thought right there. Like, how can you regress that far backward in time? For one thing, it's due to our perception, like our not our perception, but our perspective, that makes the sun look like it moves in the sky. It actually doesn't. We're the ones rotating, and we rotate around the sun. The sun is actually stationary. But I gather that that's a little bit too advanced of knowledge or logic for you to grasp, considering that you don't use any periods. You use emoticons, like glyphs, inside your text. So just in case a friend of yours that can't read can still grasp the idea that you love the sun. Oh, wait, I cut off part of the top. Stationary plane, #flat earth is obvious. And that's why. Okay, I get it now. I don't really. It's so sad to see our education system fail this hard. Oh shit. Oh man, this is a good one. Okay, Michelle is informing me that the sun, that the system's center of gravity is slightly off center from the sun. So there is a wobble. Technically, it is moving, John, so not entirely stationary in the solar system. I meant locally. Gotta get all technical with me. God. Keep me on my toes there. Okay, so isn't Hillary Clinton a hillbilly that runs to the woods? Can't get any more redneck than the Clintons. Hillary went to the woods to be the Blair Witch. Then Hillary got abducted by aliens and shacked up with Bigfoot, leaving her deformed child Jason to fend for himself at Crystal Lake. Your liberal leader is a total redneck. I have to give points for creativity. This is ridiculous. This is hilariously ridiculous. I don't even have anything to respond to this with than just, wow, that's probably a manga out there somewhere. Rule 34 on the internet, people. Another topical post. All right. Tell me, all you believe the earth is a circle? If it is, how come shooting stars never hit airplanes when they shoot? The earth is flat. Deal with it. Okay, so basically they think that the shooting stars are shooting in the atmosphere. Like, I can just imagine right now Roy Moore, like, in the atmosphere, like, shooting off his little guns, riding his fucking horse through the sky, and being like, pew, 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 shooting stars, pew, 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 pew. But yeah, there is a very small chance that these shooting stars or meteorites could hit aircraft if they're big enough and they don't actually break up on entry into our atmosphere, which that's what you see when you see shooting stars. They're actually hitting our atmosphere and either burning up, breaking up, or possibly ricocheting off. And it's actually the friction between our atmosphere and the meteorite that makes the shooting star. So, I mean, it's not like there's some celestial fuck up there with, like, little pistols, like, shooting the stars anywhere or anything like that. Like, that's not what happened. There is a small chance that it could, but, I mean, that chance is so remote and small that, given enough time, I'm sure that it's liable to happen, but I don't think that it's really one of those things you got to worry about when you're flying. The Earth is flat. Deal with it. I think you need to deal with it because the Earth is not flat. And also, we don't believe it's a circle. Like, we don't think that it's a circle. We think that it's an oblate spheroid because that's what it fucking is. All right, I think we got one more before we get to... Yeah, we do. Yeah, pretty much, but I'm actually very sweet. I just like chrome and smoke. Man-made global warming is a myth, by the way. I don't know what the fuck that means, but apparently it's like meh or something, or I don't know. It's like sort of like a wink or something. I don't know. I think this is like a coal rolling kind of comment. Like, I just like chrome and smoke. I just like to get out there in my truck and I like to rev, I like to coal roll, I like to jerk off, and then boom, ejaculate all over in my GMC truck dashboard and right off into the sunset in black smoke. Like, I feel like that is the kind of person that's commenting and then man-made global warming is a myth. Like, we have evidence to back it up. You're jerking off inside of a GMC. Thank you, Heathens, for staying to the end. If you will, go down below and let me know what your favorite comment is. Next week, I'll let you know what the favorite comment of the week was. Make sure you smash that like button and subscribe if you like this kind of content. And don't forget to stand up and use your voice. Bye, Heathens.